Hey guys, this is Jake and JB from August Runs Red, and you're watching MoreCore-TV.
Am Freitag erscheint endlich das mittlerweile 8. Studioalbum von August Burns Red. Wir haben mit Jake und JB auf ihrer Messenger 10 Years Anniversary Tour über Tourerfahrungen, das neue Album Phantom Anthem und mehr gesprochen. Hier sind 10 Fragen an August Burns Red.
Yeah, 10-year anniversary Messengers tour in the UK was great. It was really, really hot. We played London twice at the Underworld, and boy, soaked right through my clothes both times. And but it was fun. Very intimate, setting. The crowds both nights were really, really great. And then we went on and played Bristol and Manchester. So overall, it was good, and we're glad to be here in Germany, and looks like there's going to be a great crowd for tonight as well.
I think when you write a record, you're not ever. There's no way to know exactly how it will be received and how it will be remembered over time, and certainly Messengers was sort of our coming out album. That's the album that put us on the map. And I don't think when we wrote and recorded it, we probably would have said, we didn't know that was what was going to happen. But as time has progressed, we've heard from a lot of our fans that, it's one of their favorites, and a lot of bands have claimed it to be influential to them, and that stuff's neat to hear. So we're really happy that Messengers has, had this cool sort of legacy that's come along with it. It's the fans and how people like it. I think I don't know what we did on our end with the music. I mean, it's as an artist, you could think that you've written the greatest thing ever, but if people don't appreciate it or like it, then it's not going to be remembered. So the legacy is almost created more so by the audience and those who appreciate it than the band ourselves.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I think that the music scene has changed, but I kind of feel like it's just, there's just progression, but then it seemed that the music scene for a moment kind of was stagnant, where it was kind of just replicating the same, everything was just being replicated. So it was like there wasn't a sense of feeling that the scene was growing. It was kind of just sitting and doing the same thing over and over and over again, as far as the music, in my opinion. But I think that, yeah, I mean, I think music is always changing and evolving, you know what I mean? Because people are changing and evolving, and the world's changing and evolving. But I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I feel like for a while the scene was just kind of, wasn't really anything really exciting was happening with bands. I don't know. I also am not like super in tuned with the music scene at this point right now. I don't know. Do you have anything to share on that?
Yeah, I think since we released Messengers 10 years ago, I mean, there's definitely been a lot of changes from where things are now. I feel like the genre of metalcore is not as, there aren't as many bands playing metalcore as I think there used to be, and the bands that are playing quote unquote metalcore music now are often more formulaic, I feel, with like almost more of a pop formula to their songs, or there's a lot of newer ones who almost have like this rappy, almost nu metal vibe thing that's kind of starting to, yeah, that's like starting to come back. I think like nu metal is totally coming back around now, and that definitely wasn't the case 10 years ago. Yeah, I mean,
no, it wasn't.
Everyone was like, "Oh, nu metal sucks," and was really talking badly about it. But I think it's kind of getting a rebirth now. Yeah, I remember playing and staying at the Cologne Underground many times over the years. Even if we weren't playing there, it seemed like every tour that we did across Europe and Germany would stop at the Underground, just even if it was a day off, because they could always park our bus. Yeah. I mean, that we've spent a lot of time there, and I feel like for the last like 2 or 3 years, everyone's been saying that place is getting turned into condos or something. It's supposed to be destroyed. Like last time we played there, which was a couple years ago now, they said, you know, this place won't be here when you come back. But then we were booked to play there at the show we're playing tonight originally. I mean, we got the venue got upgraded, but it's just funny. Like that place is really, it's holding on. The record itself is it's coming out October 6th, and I think that it's another step forward for the band. I think that it's in a way a bit of a you know, we're moving forward in some ways, but we're also kind of revisiting some of our older roots, in that the album is pretty heavy. There's a lot of like darker, heavy stuff on it. I think it's less weird than Found in Faraway Places was. You know, we had some pretty weird stuff going on Found in Faraway Places, and I think those super oddball moments are gone, in my opinion. I mean, there's still clean parts and more chill sections and stuff, but they're not as wacky as you know. There's there's no Western section on the new record, and you know that wasn't by design. That's just kind of how the songs came out, and that's how we've always done it. You know, we write what we want, and how the songs come out is how they come out. But I think Phantom Anthem is a very dense, and there's a lot of meat and material to dig into, and I think fans are gonna really like it, especially after they give it a couple listens and like start to be able to process everything that's going on. The video, the idea for the video behind Invisible Enemy came from the in-house video guy at Fearless Records. He came up with the concept and, you know, drew up a treatment and pitched it to us, and we were into it, and we thought it'd be really cool. He had a great company that he wanted to work with to design the puppets and the instruments and the sets and everything. And what's crazy is they worked, I mean, most of the time spent on the video was building everything and getting it all prepared. And then they shot the whole video in maybe 3 days, but like shooting like intensely. And I mean, I know that Sam, the gentleman who directed and edited the video, spent, I mean, probably a lot of sleepless nights coming up to the rollout of the video. It got finished maybe 24 hours before we released it. I mean, it was like done, out.
I mean, I don't think that there's, you know, I mean, like he said, the album is more dense, and I feel like it's a more mature record. So there's still, you know, there's like violin and synth and like textural, you know, sounds and things like that on the record that really, I feel, kind of bring each song, like make it like more well-rounded. Do you know what I mean?
Breathing in a little bit of life.
Yeah.
Into the songs.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But it's not so over the top like he was saying with like the last record, where, you know, we went really far out of, you know, out of that zone or that area of comfortability within the song, where it's like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? So but it still does have, you know, little textures and things that kind of just, in my opinion, make the song fuller and with more life.
Yeah, I don't think we got as experimental with the instruments used. I mean, we still use cello and violin, like Jake said, and there's piano.
There's bells and things too.
Yeah, all the bells and whistles and stuff. But we didn't, I guess, aside from the beginning of Invisible Enemy, I mean, there's that Japanese shamisen sound. But as far as like Asian world instruments go, there's not, I don't think, a whole lot of that besides what we've already released with Invisible Enemy.
I mean, I enjoy it a lot because I feel like it's therapeutic. Also, you know, when I'm working out like that and trying to eat better, which is difficult for me sometimes. But it gives me a lot of energy for the show. You know, another thing that I noticed is that because I've been working out for the past 3 years, but really very solidly for like the past year and a half, 2 years, it's helped me with my cardios, with my being able to breathe and run around on stage and things like that. So it has a lot of benefits, obviously, other than, you know, it's exercise and it's, you know, me trying to keep my body healthy. But also I think it has something to do with my screaming too as well. I was able to record some really great screams and certain pitches that I don't feel I have ever been able to produce before. And I feel like, you know, because I've been exercising cardio, I play hockey as well, so that's good for cardio and things like that. And I feel like that kind of contributes to what I'm able to do as far as, you know, screaming and being able to hold my screams out longer, or the tonality of the screams and things like that. So, but yeah, I enjoy it. It makes me feel good, and then I like to do it by myself, so I can kind of think about certain things. And like I said, it's like meditation, or you know what I mean.
Well, my wife and I both work on Bug's Instagram together. Yeah. I'd say that my wife Kate is probably better about posting to it than I am at this point. All right. But I do love that cat, and I love looking at I like looking at her pages and pictures. I mean, we don't have any kids right now, so our cat is like our kid, you know? I mean, our pet is very important to us.
No.
Oh, you look good, Jake.
Caroline made them.
Yeah.
And it's from Fragen with your tour with New.
Yeah,
okay,
wow.
2008.
Yeah.
Misery Signals in a Mirror.
That's crazy.
Wow. Dustin's wearing an Abercrombie and Fitch shirt.
Uh-huh. Brett's got the
cool
long
picture.
hair. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. We can go through it.
Wow, Jake, you look so good. You do. You look good.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe hold it in the camera first.
Yeah. Little Jake. 10 years later. Behold.
That's funny.